So thanks for joining us for our 10-minute hip stretch. We are going to begin in a seated position, and we'll get you to lift up your right leg. See if you can hold on to the foot with your left hand, and then just begin to rock this leg side to side, warming into the tissues of the right hip. If this is feeling okay, some of you may be bringing the foot into the elbow pit here. Enjoying that soothing rock side to side. We'll lay this right leg down and we'll switch. We'll take a hold of the left. Soft movements, allowing the tissues to mobilize around the hip socket. And you can imagine that the hip is a ball and socket, so it should have some really good mobility in all directions. Again, some of you may be looking to place the foot into the elbow pit upper arm area as you rock your leg side to side. As we release, we'll bring this left leg behind us. We're going to set up for a 90-90 or an S shape with your legs. So let's be mindful into what's happening with the ankles. So we want our feet to be active. Think of drawing the tops of your feet in both legs towards your shins. Take a moment to see if you can find this sense of sitting your body upright. This back left hip is rolling forward. The sit bone is lifted up from the mat. And we're getting acquainted with this shape. Just taking some deep breaths here. And even though this back left hip is up, you do want to have that sensation of it dropping down, surrendering to gravity. You're going to think of rooting your front shin down and see if you can find enough balance here to take your arms up to cactus. And continue to press the front shin down. Begin to hinge at your hips, dipping down about 45 degrees, I'd say. And then keep pressing that front shin down. Lift your body back upright. And then we're lowering in again. Find that sense of hover. And then press yourself back up. One more time. Let's lower in. And we'll lift ourselves back up. You're going to take the left hand across, creating a rotation up your spine, helping to amplify that inward rotation in the back hip. Think of your chest turning down to the floor. You can stay up on your hands or possibly lower down to your forearms and breathe. Take one more full round of breath here in this twist. And then we'll climb ourselves back up. And you're going to swing the legs around to the other side. So again, sit yourself upright. Activate those ankles. Allowing this right hip to roll inward now. Gravity takes over. There's a sense of drawing down, even though it's lifted. You may be noticing some asymmetries within your body. Bracing through the core. Let's see if we can lift our arms up to cactus. Firming that front shin down. We begin to hinge at the hips, lowering in about 45 degrees. And then continue to press the shin down, rise your body up. And then we're dipping back in. Again, press yourself up. And then we'll lower in one more time. And then as you come up this time, it's going to be the right hand that comes across outside that left leg. Turn your chest down, stay on the hands or possibly lowering to the forearms. Long, steady breaths. We'll start to climb our way up. And then we will orientate ourselves to the front of the mat. And you are going to find a squat. So let's take the feet a little bit wider, allow those toes to turn out and the heels in, and just lift your hips up and down a few times. Moving in and out of the stretch. If you have a hard time putting the heels down, roll up your mat and allow the heels to have something to connect to. It'll give you an opportunity to feel more stable within the shape. Let's diminish the lift in the lower and settling into more of a still place with your squat. Gathering the hands in front of your chest here. Let's hug the legs in on the arms and also brace the arms out on the legs, creating this nice dynamic resistance here. And release your hands. You can stand up. And we have found our way to the end of our hip stretch. I hope you enjoyed these quick moves to get you a little more mobilized within the lower part of your body.